Good morning, sir. I'm R.K. Ragladitya from EC department, and my project is electronic code lock. Working principle of electronic code lock. If the user presses the push button switch in the correct sequence, then the LED glows. If the user presses the switch in the wrong sequence, the LED will not glow. Thus, the unique code is applied in the correct sequence opens the lock. Components of the system: counter, push button switch, and reset switch. This is the circuit diagram of my project. Working. In this circuit, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and reset pins are used for code lock applications. Switches S1, S2, S3, S4 will be used to feed the password input, whereas switch 5 is meant to reset the locker after usage. With successive clock pulse fed to the clock pin, the IC starts counting from 0 to 9 via Q0 to Q9. The switches S1, S2, S3, and S4 is the correct password sequence of this locker. These switches are wired in such a way to provide successive clock pulse to the clock pin of the IC. When S1 is pressed first, it feeds a clock pulse to 14 pin, which makes the IC to increment the count. This in turn gives I output at Q1, that is second pin. At this instance, when S2 is pressed, it feeds the next pulse to clock pin and the output goes I in Q2, that is fourth pin. Pressing the correct sequence S1, S2, S3, S4 will move the output from Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 and finally reaches Q4 where the transistor switch is connected. I in Q4 will activate the transistor and turns the LED indicating that the locker is open. Wrong sequence will not create any response from the circuit. Switching S5 triggers a reset and is also used to close the locker after usage. Advantages: simple and cost effective method to create a lock. Minimum components is required. More switches can be added to increase complexity. No programming is required. Future scope: an alarm can be raised or another LED with different color can be made to glow to indicate wrong code is being pressed to enhance safety. Microcontroller can be used. Conclusion: code lockers are used for security purpose and a simple code lock circuit can be created using decade counter IC CD4017 was built. Requires minimal components and easy to build, capable of providing good level of security.